Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Some new details coming in on the LaGuardia crash into the truck. Of course, that was the Air Canada plane that came in and hit that emergency vehicle on the runway. And joining us now for the very latest is Brigadier General Blaine Holt. He's retired U.S. Air Force Brigadier General, former C-17 combat commander, and also was an Air Force accident investigator. So who better than him? What do you think went wrong? There was no transponder right on the truck, as we heard too as well. So it seemed like there are a lot of mistakes here.
Yeah, it's good to be with you both. Look, there's normally not transponders on the truck because normally you've got positive control with radio communications and very strict procedures for how they move about on the tarmac. But where I find the biggest glaring thing, if I was the investigator in this case, and I'm sure the NTSB is all over this, is I want to know why one of America's very busiest airports only has one guy in a control tower anytime, ever. There needs to be human backup to such involved systems like that. And just listening to the radio communications, the fire truck driver didn't do the right things, doesn't look like, but it also looks like the tower operator was really inundated.
Yeah, no, they were following another emergency, right, at the time? Wasn't that the deal, right, that they were following? There was a bad smell in a United flight. But, so many things. Weather, too. What about weather? What role do you think weather could have played? Because it was rainy, it was foggy.
Well, that's always going to be a visibility issue for the fire truck driver because and for the pilots, not that the pilots could have done anything. They're in a critical phase of flight, but what happens with rain on a tarmac like that is your depth perception changes, and it's you get optical illusions really carefully. So it could very well have been that the fire truck driver thought, "Well, I've got tons of time and space." You don't have anything of the sort, but there's, again, I would want to be into the training records, the experience levels of everybody involved. And the glaring red thing to me is, how could you dare let only one person be in a control tower in that environment? I don't care how much technology you're putting around them. I could care less. They're not short order fry cooks. And this is one of the most stressful jobs you could possibly do in the world.
So how long does it normally take, Blaine? And I know you've investigated many accidents. How long does it typically take till we'll get a little more information? We got obviously some of the new kind of preliminary reads from, I think it was from the data recorder, but then you've got the cockpit voice recorder, and obviously they're going to be interviewing everybody involved.
Yeah, no, they're going to do all of that. I'm certain that internally in the FAA and the NTSB, they've been given what we call a 24-hour report or a 3-day report. They'll just keep coming out in little increments, and then they're going to start gathering up, well, when do we think we know enough stuff here to cogently give the public a recommendation about what we think we're looking at? That can come at any time, but I would think that it would be very much in Secretary Duffy's best interest and the FAA to get out in front of a press conference and say, here's what we know. And we're already going to take steps to get out in front of this even before the final results are in, because it's just like when we were all talking about that DC crash with the helicopter and the aircraft on final. Again, you're seeing a common denominator. We knew that the tower at that point in time was also minimally manned. And so I would love to know the manning policies and procedures of the FAA at high capacity airports.
There's some breaking news. Read it? I mean,
all right, let's see what we got here.
This is legitimate. Source.
Oh yeah, hang on one second. We got to check it. This is an interesting story. You can talk to Blaine in the meantime.
Blaine, what happened was, I guess they said that there was two people in the tower, but one was occupied with something else. So there was only one that was trying to do everything. Follow the United flight that was had smoke in the tower and tell the truck to go across the runway. and he had an oh crap moment as the truck was going across the runway. The airplane was coming in.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. And I'm relieved to know that there's two people in the tower. That's great news. However, if the workload is building, if you find that it's getting away from you, the first thing you do is all ground traffic stop. If that doesn't work, then you send the aircraft that are on final approach around. And anybody who's on landing rollout, give them the priority. And that's how you de-escalate a very stressful situation.
Blaine, General, we're both pilots. You're coming in and you have an oh crap moment and you see that fire truck ahead of you. And what he did is he put it into reverses and tried to stop or slow down the airplane. You and me, what would you have done? Would you have tried to maybe fly over it and just apply power instead? Or would you go ahead.
Yeah, if I had already gotten into the binders, meaning I'm already trying to stop the airplane, I'm going to be oriented towards stopping no matter what, because I'm probably, and these are not long runways at LaGuardia. You know that too.
Yes.
You probably do not have a go option if you've done anything to limit the speed of that airplane on landing rollout. So I'm going to guess that since they were already wheels in contact with the ground, they did not have a go around option.
Gotcha.
Wow. Very powerful. Well, Blaine, thank you. Keep us posted, right?
Thank you, Blaine.
Yeah,
keep us posted because the story changes every day, and we gotta, it's just a tragedy that should never have happened.
It is. And 3 cheers for everybody who's talking about feeding our TSA controllers. I'm in Houston right now, and I could tell you these people are just going through mortal hell out here, and it's a disgrace. So
absolutely.
Great on the food.
And the one good news I heard from Tom Homan was the fact that people were saying thank you to the ICE people, saying thank you for getting the lines down faster. And I don't know. I guess some of the people who were paying the picketers didn't pay the picketers fast enough to go and picket against the ICE people.
No, but they sure are grateful that they're out here. And that's just great.
Good. Yeah, they deserve our love and support. Blaine, thank you so much. Really great to have you as always. Thanks, my friend. Thank you.
God bless.